Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to welcome you today. It's July 8th, and you are welcome to the In Conversation. My guest today is Kirk Maxson, who is joining us from San Francisco. Hello, Kirk. And
Hello.
we are in his studio.
When I was growing up in Oregon, we lived out in the countryside, and my mom was an amateur mycologist. So I would go out mushroom hunting with her. So then that kind of familiarized me with nature guidebooks and kind of like going out and on hikes in the woods and discovering things. I'm also interested in invasive plants and plants that have adapted to city life. Living in San Francisco can be kind of challenging, and so I sympathize with the plants that live in the sidewalks and the streets. This one is mustard and thistles. That's thistle. This is dandelion, mustard. Mm-hmm. So these are the actual plant leaves. And then I put them in a notebook and flatten the leaves so I can see the outline of the leaf precisely and dissect the plant, which is hard to do just from like a photograph, because these leaves would be stacked on top of each other. And then I make Xeroxes and create patterns. So this is a native, and it's Monatia poppy. I trace it out onto metal, mm-hmm. and then I cut out all of the leaves. So these are all the Monatia poppy leaves. I have hundreds of patterns just for like the Monatia poppy leaf. And a project, I could use hundreds of leaves for like one piece. This one is, I went for super thin sheet metal, and these are all oak leaves because I wanted to kind of imitate that hammered gold, which is super thin and super soft and delicate. And it also it gives so much movement. So when you're wearing it, it's great. And this is brass, and it's varnished so that it doesn't tarnish. And then this is varnished aluminum, and it has like a tinted dye mixed into the varnish to give it that pink color. And then this is that same thing, varnished aluminum. And you can see it can be more silvery or more pink. And then this is nickel silver. And this is a native broadleaf maple, goes all the way up to Canada. It gets me engaged with nature and my surroundings. And part of the reason why I collected dandelions and the city survivors is I felt cut off from nature living in the city. And I realized, I don't have to go to a state park to experience nature. If I open my front door, there's a weird miniature garden growing in the crack in the sidewalk. It's exciting being able to do portraiture, and it's still using the guidebooks. And then who I pick to do the portraits of too. Usually it relates to butterflies. And butterfly has been a slang word for gay, especially Mexico. And also there's that element of transformation of the caterpillar into the butterfly.
Nikki Tutorials, and she's a makeup artist on YouTube, and also a trans woman. This is Plastique. So she was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Right.
Portraits, just mind-blowing. So with the portraits, do you have an idea of how you want the finished piece to look before you start, or is it something that just evolves from a single surface? Does the finished form just reveal itself as you're working?
there's rules when I'm cutting it out that seem to work, which is like I can separate, it's best if I separate the eyes and the mouth. So not have one butterfly with all of that information on it. And then when it's coming together, I have no control or real idea how it's going to turn out to a certain extent. Like I try to make I work at it so that the face is visible, but to another extent, because there's a fold in the paper too, like I don't really know how it's going to turn out. And part of it is learning to accept it. If I have too much of a concept of, oh, this one's going to be great, this is how it's going to look, it doesn't go that way. Some projects that were in the work have faded away, and my own headspace too has been a little bit like messed up, like taking more naps. My studio building didn't close down, so that's been nice. Other studio buildings have closed down. I also make sandcastles and sandcastle videos. So I've been going to the beach. Here in San Francisco, the beaches haven't been shut down. The weather's usually cold, so they're not as popular like in other cities. So just being by the ocean is a good way to like clear your head and like get out of like what's going on.
It's a magical world that you inhabit there, and we've been very privileged to share it with you. Thank you for opening your doors.
Thank you so much for wanting me to open my doors.